Once, in a quiet mountain monastery, there lived a Zen master named Ryokan. He was known not only for his wisdom, but also for his kindness and compassion. Travelers, villagers, and students often came to him for guidance, and he would always offer a warm smile and words of comfort. One day, a young man named Haruto visited Ryokan, his heart heavy with sorrow. His eyes were red from crying, and his voice trembled as he spoke. "Master, I don't understand," Haruto said. "Why do bad things happen to good people? My father was a kind and selfless man. He helped everyone in the village, yet he passed away suddenly, leaving us in pain and confusion. Why would the universe allow this to happen to someone so good?" Ryokan listened silently, his calm gaze never leaving Haruto's face. After a moment, he stood up and gestured for Haruto to follow him. They walked to the tea room, where Ryokan began preparing tea. He moved with deliberate grace, pouring the steaming water into a delicate porcelain teacup. As Haruto watched, Ryokan suddenly let the teacup slip from his hands. It shattered into countless pieces on the wooden floor. Haruto gasped in shock. "Master, that was such a beautiful cup. Why did you let it break?" Haruto exclaimed. Ryokan knelt beside the broken pieces and began picking them up. "Ah," he said with a gentle smile, "I loved this cup dearly. It served me well, but I knew from the day I received it that it was destined to break. No matter how carefully I handled it, its fragility was part of its nature." Haruto frowned, confused. "But what does this have to do with my question?" Ryokan placed the broken pieces in a small box and sat down across from Haruto. "The cup, like all things, was temporary. Its beauty and service were gifts for the time it existed, but its breaking was inevitable. Your father, like the cup, was a gift to the world. His kindness and goodness touched many lives, including yours. But he, too, was temporary. His passing is not a punishment or a judgment. It is simply the nature of life." Haruto's eyes filled with tears, but this time they were not tears of confusion or anger. "So you're saying that bad things aren't meant to hurt us? They're just part of the cycle?" Ryokan nodded. "Good people often face hardship not because they deserve it, but because they have the capacity to transform it into something meaningful. Your father's kindness lives on in the lives he touched, including yours. That is his legacy, stronger than any sorrow." Haruto bowed deeply, feeling a strange sense of peace. The master had not solved the mystery of life, but he had shown Haruto a new way to see it, a way that honored both the joy and the sorrow, the beauty and the fragility. From that day on, Haruto carried the lesson of the broken teacup in his heart, understanding that life's challenges, like its gifts, were all part of the same delicate and fleeting masterpiece.